Hi guys, my name is Rosanny, but you can call me Rose. This is my first time ever doing like a video or anything like that, so I'm super excited. Like, I don't know, it's so crazy. Like, I see YouTube all the time, right? But it's so different when you're in front of the actual camera and doing it yourself. To get started, like, you might hear a lot of ums, and don't worry, like, as I progress and evolve, you won't hear ums. Ums are kind of like a pause that I just take to gather my thoughts. But instead of saying I definitely should say something else. But here we go. So recently, right, like 2 days ago, I asked Instagram and my Facebook if they have any questions for me that they want to see me answer. So I got a total of 25 questions. I'm definitely going to be answering all of them today. So stay tuned. All right. So I got a total of 25 questions, which is super interesting because I have like about 900 followers. And then I have like almost 1,500 people on Facebook. But of course, not everybody is using social media on a daily basis, so that's totally fine. That's gonna make the video go by even quicker. Like it's gonna be done in a snap of a finger. So even better for me that I don't have a lot of questions to answer. But I don't mind answering questions. It's super exciting to see like what you guys have to ask me. So let's get started, right? The first question is, how am I feeling today? Thank you for asking that. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling like it's the next chapter in my life. Definitely evolving, taking it day by day, moment by moment. That's really how I try to focus. So right now at the moment, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling blessed and highly grateful. So what's my zodiac sign? So I am a Cancer. I used to be very stereotypical Cancer. Like I used to be super emotional and everything else that comes with like Cancers. But I've learned to evolve myself and use my emotions to my advantage in a way. So moving on, the next question is, what's my favorite movie? So my favorite movie is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And it's my favorite movie because it reminds me to be humble and always be grateful for the small things that we have in life. Like Charlie, he didn't have much, but his family was super grateful to even have the opportunity to go to the chocolate factory. And I could go on and on explaining why that's my favorite movie, but the top reasons are because it reminds me to be humble, to be grateful, and be thankful for everything that I have. And it reminds me that I am blessed. I am blessed because it could be way worse. So the next question, what's the newest song in my library? So the newest song in my library is actually a musician playing the harp. I've been super into like listening to instrumental music because instruments, they have their own kind of vibe. Like, you know, when you have a song and then you have like the instruments and then the words, you're so busy listening to the words that you really don't even listen to the beat behind it. And it's like, I want to listen to something a little bit relaxing. So I definitely downloaded a musician playing the harp. Okay, next question. What trouble did I get into as a kid? So as a kid, I really wasn't doing too much. Like I was always home, not getting much into trouble. However, I do remember one time I was in a train station because I live in New York City, right? I had to be like 7 years old. So me and my mom, we were taking the train, right? And I kept playing on the pole. Like, you know how the subways, the New York City subways, they have the pole, right? Like in the middle of the cart. I was, oh my God, I was playing, I was playing on the pole. And my mother was like, stop playing on the pole. Like, you could get hurt. She only had to tell me twice. And then the third time, she was like, you know what? When we get home, you're not watching TV and you're not playing nothing because you're not listening. And so when you don't listen to me, you don't have the good things in life and the things that I really love. Like, I love TV and I love playing on my, I think I had a Nintendo. I love playing on my Nintendo. So when we got home, listen, she kept her word and she took away my TV and my Nintendo. and I was crying like crazy. But I mean, that's like little stuff, nothing too crazy. So the next question is not really a question, but it's a statement. And they said, "I'm here for you." And you know what? Thank you so much, because like I don't go around asking people for support. I kind of just let that come out of the person. Like, you know, if the person want to follow my quote page, it's called A Light of Rose on Instagram. And it's basically an Instagram channel where I can be creative and I can write down and post whatever quotes come to me at that moment. And I haven't gone around asking anybody like, oh, follow this page, follow my page, follow my page. I don't do that, because support is supposed to come within the person. You know, nobody should feel pressured into supporting you. So thank you so much that you're here for me. I totally appreciate it. All right, next question. What self-assessments have I done to acknowledge who I am and what I like to be in the near future? All right, so the self-assessments, they stemmed from me. Like, I noticed myself always feeling angry, and I was like, why am I feeling so angry? Like, what am I angry about? Basically, like, it came from me questioning myself. Like, questioning yourself is a self-assessment, because you're asking yourself questions to see your response. Another thing that served as a self-assessment for me was journaling. You know, just writing down my feelings, what's going through my mind at the moment, and then going back to reflect on it. So like the next day or later on during the day, and then seeing like, girl, why are you feeling like this? Like, what's going on with you? We need to get yourself together, because you cannot be feeling like this. So yeah, journaling, and then noticing my feelings, noticing my emotions, being aware, being self-aware, and also meditation. Meditation definitely helped me a lot. So that's something that I did to acknowledge who I am and who I want to be. Next question. It's my dream job. So my dream job is helping others achieve their goals and their purpose. My dream job, a job is really like, okay, what's a job? Like, a job is something that you have to do, right? So when you are here in Earth, you have the job of living. So it's like, what are you doing with your life? Like, your life is your job, basically. This leads into the next question. So what do I feel my purpose in life is? And can I enlighten you further on a broader perspective? Sure, enlighten me. Send me a message on Instagram and let me know your broader perspective. My purpose in my life is to help others achieve their goals and help bridge the gap between the skills that they have and then putting it in motion. So they have skills and then they want to put it into motion, but they don't know how. So I bridge that gap for the person. I basically strengthen their skill sets, and I help them emotionally realize that they have this power within them and they have this light within them. And then my purpose is to help spark that light inside of them. Right. So I wrote down notes. It's my first time doing it, and I want to make sure that I'm prepared. That's one thing about me, that I always make sure that I'm prepared. Okay. All right. So this leads into the next question, right? And what moment did you feel like you had your awakening? So I had my awakening when I found myself at my lowest. And comment down below if you want to see a separate video of me discussing my lowest point in my life and what was I going through at the moment and what was I doing? Like, what was I doing with myself? Because I was definitely not on the right path. Next question is, why doesn't my crush like me back? So one thing about me is that I like everybody, but for me to be interested in you, like as in want to date you, you have to stand out and you have to show me that you have something going for yourself. And I don't mean that you have something going for yourself by like posting silly stuff on Instagram, like posting the newest sneakers or posting like that's nothing going for yourself. Like, something going for yourself is like you showing that you're evolving, you're doing things to help you grow, you're reading, you're out in nature, you're doing something. Like, you're not just freaking drinking all day and posting weed. Like, I'm not interested in that, please, no. So the next question was like, can I see what you taste like? They wrote teas, but I think that they were talking about taste. So you can't see what I taste like, but you can see what I smell like. All you have to do is just pass by a rose bush. And when you get to the rose bush, stop, right? When you get to the rose bush, stop and smell the flower. When you smell the rose, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this smells so good, right? And then you're gonna keep smelling it. That's what I smell like. So one smell of a rose is definitely enticing. So once you get a dose of me, you're gonna be enticed and very interested. Okay, next question. What's my favorite perfume and my favorite flowers? So my favorite perfume would be this right here, Bond Number 9, Nolita. This is the bottle. And oh my gosh, this smells like a grown lady, but not like too grown. Like it smells like just right. Like it smells like a sophisticated 27-year-old, you know, who has her life together walking down the street. And people are always asking me like, what do you have on? Like, and this is it. Whenever I do wear it. I do have other scents that I like, but this is like my favorite scent. And it's good for the summer and it's good for the winter. Nolita Bond Number 9. And I also have the cream too. I use the cream a lot. My favorite flowers. My favorite flowers are roses and lilies. I feel like those two flowers are just so beautiful together. And they represent so much. Like they have like such a deep meaning behind them. Okay, next question. I got the question, am I single 2 times? So I am single. Um, yes, I am. And the next question is, am I currently seeing anyone? So I'm currently not in a relationship, but I do have casual connection with someone, but we're friends. Like you have to be friends before you jump into anything serious with somebody. And if it's one thing that I learned from my experiences is to take my time. Like it's not a rush at all. Like please, you have to take things slow. Like, I don't want to jump into something and then I'm like dying to get off the ship because I'm realizing so much things about them afterwards. So it's like, you know, it's a timeline and you have to take your time. There's nobody waiting for you. And if that person doesn't want to wait, then, you know, that's on them. Like, that shows me right there that they're not patient. Next question. So, what city would I like my marriage proposal to be? And honestly, like I'm not super picky, like, and I want it to be spontaneous. So I'm not gonna say a city and then it doesn't happen in that city. I want it to be whenever it's time. I'm not rushing anything. I honestly used to think like, bro, I don't want to get married because I used to think that like a marriage is a contract between you, the other person, and then the government. So it was like, what is marriage really for? Like, you understand? But as I've grown, like, okay, like, sure, I'll give marriage a try, but it has to be with someone that I know that when we're together, like, we're gonna be able to conquer the world and we're gonna be able to not do like silly couple stuff. We're going to be able to have businesses and get it together. Next question. It's what's the plan you have in 10 years? And is it a strict plan? I see myself having a business, right? And it'll be beneficial to people who are interested, who want to evolve and care about their health. Not even their health physically, but their health mentally. And it's going to be very self-care-ish. So comment down below if you want to see a video of exactly what I have in store and in plan for myself. And then the question also said, is it a strict plan? So the goal is achievable. However, the plan is adaptable because, you know, we always make plans and things don't end up always turning out the way that we want them to. So the goal is strict, but the plan is adaptable. And it can definitely change in the course of time. It's always just about checking in with myself to make sure that the goal is being, you know, worked towards. and always setting smaller goals and having the big goal. Next question. So not gonna lie, I fake want to get next to you 100% or whatever. You're beautiful as oops. You're beautiful ASF. So thank you for that. Getting next to me is not gonna be easy. I don't let anybody just come next to me. First of all, I don't have time for that. And whoever is getting next to me, I want to make sure that I'm learning from them. Kind of like goes into the next question. So, what's my ideal date? I can't say perfect because I want to be realistic. My ideal date is being with someone who can make me laugh, think, and enlighten me in new things. And the location doesn't really matter because it's all about who I'm with, right? We could be freaking kicking rocks in Central Park, and if he's funny and he's teaching me a different way to kick a rock, please, that's what it's all about. It's all about just being happy with that person that you're with. It doesn't matter what you're doing. The next question: can you share your location with me? And my response is, how can you keep me safe? Like, what do you want my location for? Are you Batman?
Okay, these last questions. I had a question. It's not really a question. Let's take a thing. Okay, I had a crush on you for a while. Damn, you're so beautiful and you know it. I really like you so much. I swear if you give me a chance, I promise you're gonna love it here. Okay.
Would you say yes if I asked you out? And if you don't meet the criteria of the things that I have just discussed, then I'll probably say no. And plus, I don't really do like the Instagram dating. It's a show. It's where people get to like, people just post things that look good. Like, that's all it really is. It's really nothing special. I don't believe everything that I see on Instagram. So I don't do the Instagram dating. Sorry, that was all the questions that I had. If you feel like I did a good job doing this video for my first time, give me a thumbs up and comment down below, and then also share. Sharing is caring. So definitely, send it to your friends. If you want to see more content from me, definitely let me know. You can even send me a message personally on Instagram or through Facebook. So yes, thank you guys for giving me some of your time and taking the time out to watch this video. Your support means everything to me, and thank you so much.